Hello everybody, welcome to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen. If you're new here, I'm the Junk Journal Geek. A warm welcome to you whether you are a new visitor or you have been here before. So, one of my New Year's resolutions is to try and finish up all of the journals I've got lying around the house. Excuse me, I've still got this silly whatever it is lingering. So I've pulled out this little Seaside journal that I started making months ago. I'll leave all the information about the digis in the description box below. And in my stash I have this, it's teal. On screen I can see it looks quite blue, but it's more of a teal colour. Goes quite nicely with the colours in the digital kit. And I've got this box and I thought I would try to make a start on a little cover for this. And I thought while I'm doing that I might as well turn the camera on and you can join me. So how are you all? I hope you're all keeping well and warm and dry in this horrible January weather. It's very dark here today, very wet, not nice. Right, let's pop them up there out of the way and get this cut down to a manageable size. So if I cut these little flappy bits off first, and we can see where we're going from there. So I think, not sure, might have to use that bit. Let's cut the flaps off and then see what we've got. I thought, you know, a front or a back of this box might work on its own for the journal, but I may have to use the whole thing. Let's see how we go. I wanted to make the cover out of a padded envelope for this journal, but I haven't been able to find any quite the right size, so I'm using some of the Christmas recycling instead. That the fabric that I've just shown you, if you are a curated cash member, you may have had some of that fabric in your January box. It's very slippy to work with, so it is a bit tricky, but it is a beautiful colour. So I'm hoping I can make it work for this. That was a charity shop find ages ago. I haven't actually done anything with it before, so it's nice to get using these things. Right, let's see what we actually need here. So I mean, if I used it this way with that as the spine, that's far too big, so I'd have to reduce that anyway. The spine's about, you can see in there, the spine's about twice the size that it needs to be. I was hoping that I'd be able to, you know, just use like this piece, but I'm not sure if that will be quite wide enough. How wide is it? It is almost 9 inches, and this is about 4, 8. Might just get away with it. Shall we have a try? Let's cut one off and see how we go. And if it's too small, maybe we could use what's left. Let's have a look. So obviously I will need to score this. Let's just see. Yeah, I think that would be all right. My little fluffy edges will stick out, but that's okay. So what I did need is a scoreboard. I didn't get that out, so just bear with me, I'll be back in a sec. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work or not, but we'll have a bash and see how we go. So if I score that at 4 from that end and 4 from the other end, hopefully that will leave me with a spine that's big enough to work with and covers big enough to actually cover. So let's have a look. Pop that in there. Yeah, I think that will be okay. We just have to make sure we don't get too chunky with this, she says. Right, now actually I think I want the brighter side, the printed side on the outside, because I'm going to cover that with fabric. So other cheese crackers are available. This is not sponsored by Jacobs. Now, do I want to cut down the height at all? Probably just a touch. So how tall are my papers? These papers I printed at half the size, so they're sort of A5-ish size. So that's just over 5 3/4. So shall we make this 6 1/4? Give it a little bit of, just a little bit extra. If I pop that on there, if I pop that there on the 6 1/4 line, and we can see how that's going to sit in there. Just looking at what I've got left at each side. If I did it at 6 1/2, would that be too much? Might do it at 6 1/2. I can always cut a little bit more off if I decide to, but I can't add any more on, can I? So it's literally just cutting 1/4 of an inch off there. I'm doing it this end because this is the end where the box was most damaged. The corners are damaged, more damaged on this edge than they were on this edge. So let's have a look at that. That looks quite nice. A little bit of a gap top and bottom. I think that will do. Now I will be stitching this on the machine, but for now I will just stick the fabric in place, and then I will stitch around it, as I say, afterwards. Now I don't think there's a wrong and a right side here. That side is slightly shinier, so I presume that's the inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put what's this stuff? Glue stick all over my card and stick it down, and then cut the excess fabric off, because I'm using this glue stick really just to hold the fabric in place until I get it under the machine. It's not really going to it's not really what's going to be holding the thing together, if if that makes sense. So that's covered, and I want a little bit, can't pick it up now, I want to leave a little bit around each side so I can fold it over. So I'm just going to pop that down there. And then get rid of this extra. So at this edge I've got about an inch more than I need. So let's go about the same here. It doesn't want to rip. Should be using my fabric scissors for this, being very naughty here. It is very rough, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to be covered in the end anyway. So let's just get this smoothed out as best we can. Now I'm just trying to decide whether I want to stitch around this now and then fold these edges over so that I'm hiding my stitching on the inside, whether I want to fold these over now and stitch through the whole thing so you'll see the stitching on the inside. Not sure. We can give this a little bit of memory while it's while the glue's drying. And then I will need to decide what I'm going to use to cover the inside, whether I'm going to use paper or more fabric or what have you. Let's just give that a little. And so that's going to sit in there. I think that goes quite nicely. So that's the basis of our cover. So I'll leave that to dry for a little bit. And I will think about what I want to do. That can go to one side while it's drying. And then I need to look at, it's been so long since I worked on this. I need to sort of refresh my memory and see what we still need to do. So I've obviously made some ephemera here. I remember, I'm pretty certain I did this on video, this little sort of torn layered envelope. So we've got a pocket here, and then I believe we have a tuck spot here, and then another torn pocket at the back. So this could either be stuck down as a pocket, and in sort of an interactive pocket, could be tucked into a pocket, it could go over, you know, say let's just find a page that hasn't got anything on it. It could go over a page like that, and you'd have a pocket there. Obviously then that would need decorating, you know, just paper clipped is what I'm saying. And then the same on the other side, that would look quite nice. So I need to think about what I'm going to do with that. Not sure what other bits and pieces I've got left here. I've got some stickers. Probably done all this with you before. And the rest of the kit here to play with. Some more bits of envelope, some tags and tabs and pockets and bits and pieces. So maybe I should just start sticking stuff in. This, when I started printing the Digi-out originally, I was doing it full size, and for some reason my printer had an issue with this particular pattern. I don't know if there must be that page in here somewhere, but I don't know where it would be. Just show you what's gone wrong. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? Because I'm looking for it on camera. Yeah, that's how it should look. And can you see it's come out all sort of jaggedy? But I didn't throw that away because I thought it's still the same, it's still the colours that we're using. So it might be useful. And, you know, that could possibly be, this did the same with that seahorse. You know, I could pop that on the inside there if I wanted to, and then it won't go to waste. Or I could use it for backing things, or, you know, it won't go to waste. Collaging, things like that. So let's start working on the rest of the inside. So I've obviously paper clipped here things I want to put in, so we could start doing that, couldn't we? Sometimes I like to use these, you know, digital ephemera pieces as they have been intended, and sometimes I like to do something different with them. So that's why I didn't stick these in straight away, because obviously I might have changed my mind about what I wanted to do, how I wanted to use it. Now, because that is just paper, although it is only a small pocket, we're not going to have anything humongous going in there, but I think I do still want to strengthen that edge. So do I have a strip of paper to hand without knocking the whole box over? I've moved my box of bits of paper off my desk to give me a bit more room, and now it's almost out of my reach, and it's in a big pile of other stuff, and I just know the whole lot's going to go on the floor in a minute if I'm not careful. Right, let's have a little bit of this. Seems a shame to use that because that looks like it's going to be, oh yeah, look. That looks like it's going to be useful for tag, you know, to back a tag or something. Whereas if I can use bits that are just ripped off and are not going to be used for anything else, it makes more sense to me. You know it makes sense, Rodney. So that came out there. And I have a little corner of my glue mat available to work on, probably slightly off screen, but I'm literally putting a glue stick on a piece of paper. You really don't need to see that, do you? So just try to get that on the edge. I might actually snip a tiny bit of that off so we don't have any issues. Now I'm just wondering about inking in this. I don't think I've done any inking yet. Just wondering whether to crack out a blue ink, but I think we'll stick with the Old Faithful. Bit of vintage photo. So, you know, I'm not doing anything exciting here. Just literally working in this journal, and thought I'd pop the camera on so you could join me. So we'll have that one there. Shall we use a bit of art glitter for that? Maybe I should have put that more over to the edge, and don't think it's straight either. Oh well, done now. So that's that one. I have done a little bit of inking. Right, where are we at? Got a little bit of seam binding on there. We need something on here. That's the sort of place that this would be good. But we'll have to make a little pocket, unless we have something elsewhere that I had in mind. That is just a little envelope that's in the kit that I haven't actually sealed, so that you've got plenty of journaling space there. So that is just going to be popped over there, but we could ink that while we're here, and we'll add a little something to the paper clip. So how are you all today? I don't think I've asked you yet, have I? How rude. I hope you're all well and happy. I think, did I ask you at the beginning? I don't know, I can't remember. Shall we have a little bit more of the seam binding on here? Or I've also got some little sort of seaside-y charms here. Pop one of those on that paper clip maybe. Does that look? Oh no, I think the charms look better when you're using them on the side. So I will pop something, either some seam binding or some ribbon or something. What have we got? I do love the crinkliness of that. That's a word. What have we got in here? Where's my ribbon? I'm trying to put my laces and ribbons into boxes so they're easier for me to use. Oh, I've got this, I bought this, I didn't buy it, BB Craft sent me this trim, which I think will work in this journal, so I'll keep that out. Ah, here we go. Some turquoisey rickrack. We'll have some of that, I think. See how that looks. Sorry for clattering about here. So, where's the paper clip gone? Oh my goodness. There it is. Right. This looks like the waves because it's rickrack. Hopefully that will be enough. So I've just doubled the rickrack over, pushed the loop through the paper clip, and then I'm pushing the ends of the rickrack through the loop. Hopefully that will stay. I'll probably have to trim these afterwards, but there we go, got a little bit of, there's another paper clip, that probably was the one I was using, isn't it? So I've got that up there for now. Anything else here that needs popping in? If I pop in all the things that I've already got in place, and then I can go back and add all these other bits that are waiting for homes. Another pocket. So a similar thing going on here. This is, you know, this should be a gusseted pocket, but I'm going to pop it, I'm going to glue it down on this side to give us a pocket, but on that side I'm going to leave it so that it flips down and you've got some journaling space. Oh, I'm surprised I can remember what I was thinking. So again, we want a little bit of ink going on. Now I've obviously left these to think about backing them. Because obviously this side is pure white, but as it is for journaling on, I think we can live with it. So it'd help if I actually got one page there, not two, before sticking it down. So I want a little bit of glue on those edges. And then I have to go through and obviously make bits and pieces to go in here. And then, as I say, this is a flip down. What I might do, I'm not sure how well that is going to stay up by itself. So I'm just wondering whether to paperclip that or not. I won't for the moment, and I'll see how it goes. If it keeps flapping down and getting in the way, we'll pop a paperclip on there as well. Right, what else have we got? Another one here. this is an actual pocket, but it needs its little thumb notch popped in. This will be a bit bigger than the one that's already there, but it doesn't matter. Again, need a little bit of ink. And some glue. Try and get it a bit straighter this time than I did with the last one. And please tuck in. For some reason that bottom corner does not want to tuck in. It's got another pocket there. So dark here. Feels like it's about 5 o'clock, but it's only just lunchtime. Right, last signature. What have we got in here? Right, we have another one of those little corner ones. So let's get that in, and again, I think I'll reinforce that edge. So let's find our score lines. Sorry, I'm not being very talkative, am I? I apologise. But I don't have much to say. Right. That should do it. And up to the edge. Do some more inking. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind being there right now. Heaven. Oopsie. Butterfingers. Right. I don't know what's going on with my right hand sides today, but I'm having trouble tucking my corners in for some reason. Another pocket there. Done. would imagine there would be one more in here somewhere. There it is. Right, so what we're doing here, again, I've left that for journaling. So let's do the same again then. And obviously whoever has this journal, if they wish, they can turn these back into actual envelopes if that's how they want to use them. You know, it's only a case of sticking the flaps down, the gussets, and then it would be an operational envelope. So giving people choices. So should we have the same little bit of rick-rack? I'm going to try actually tying it this time, see if it looks better, and then I can decide whether to change the other one or leave it as it is. Either there and hold it down with that. I think that's probably the last one waiting to be done. Right, so I think I will leave it there. I will go away and stitch around the cover off camera, and I think I am going to stitch around and then I'm going to stick these over and then cover the insides so that you don't see the stitching on the inside but you see it on the outside. And if it all goes horribly wrong and I don't like it, then I will just decorate the outside and hide it. So I hope you found that interesting today to watch, and you're happy to see a little bit more progress on this Seaside journal that has been lingering for some time. I'll be back again hopefully in a few days with something else for you. It might be carrying on with this, it might be a different project entirely. I need to look through and see if I have any commitments design team wise that I should be getting on with next before I play around in these unfinished journals. But I think this is going to be a recurring theme this year. I will be digging out journals that you have seen before but not for a long time and working on them. I'd love to get all of the journals that I have hanging around finished this year. That's my goal. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Take care, look after yourselves and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye bye.